Is your dog overly protective over their food bowl? Do you have a new puppy and you want to prevent any sort of resource guarding or food bowl issues from happening? Then this video, I'm going to show you a silent mealtime exercise that I like to do with my dogs that helps one, change the dog's perception from the food bowl as being the giver of the food to you being the giver of the food. So if you think about it, for a lot of dogs, we set the food bowl down and we walk away. We set the food bowl down and we walk away. So days, weeks, years, months, and all, etc., go by, and the dog just learns that the food dish gets put down and they get to eat. So one of the really important things that you can do is work with your dog during mealtime. It's also great to use food for training, but mealtime is a great way where your dog is already hungry and they already have your attention. Their attention is already focused on you to kind of practice some useful skills. So for my dogs, and one of the things I tell a lot of my clients is we want to make sure that our dog is asking for permission. So one of the things that I think is really super important is that dog always looks to you for guidance and is waiting for you. If your dog gets super revved up, super excited anytime you go to get the food, and even pouring the food in the food bowl, if that's too overexciting for them, the chances are they're probably might become a little bit more overprotective of the food. So one of the things you can do even before you put the food bowl down, if your dog is too excited, they're barking, they're jumping, they're bouncing, they're just being way too crazy, just take a step back, set the food bowl down, walk away for 5 minutes, come back, and then restart again. So what the dog is going to learn is that behavior, the barking, the jumping, the crazy behavior, obsessive behavior about the food doesn't get him what he wants, which is what is in the food. So that's step one, is making sure your dog is nice, cool, calm, and confident when food is around. Obviously, higher energy with multiple dogs, with kids, can trigger issues. So I'm Christy. I'm a positive reinforcement-based trainer here in Glendale, Arizona. And this is my silent mealtime exercise that I think everybody should do with especially puppies, but with adult dogs, newly rescued dogs, or even just periodically check in with your dogs every once in a while just to make sure that they are feeling really confident about their food and that they understand that you are the provider of the food. So if you've gone and you've gotten the food and your dog is being nice, cool, calm, and considerate, like Mr. Tigger is being right here, what you're going to do is you're going to start from a standing level. And you're just going to hold the food bowl. As soon as I get eye contact, I will give him a piece of the kibble or the food. Good. So you want to be very, very sure that the dog is not looking at the food bowl. You want the dog to learn that he needs to make eye contact with you to get whatever is in the food bowl. Good boy. Obviously, I prefer if your dog's in a sit because that's a much more respectful way to be while he gives you eye contact. So you want to do, a few handfuls, a couple pinches at this higher level. Then you're going to step it up a notch and get a little bit harder. So now I'm actually going to go to a kneeling position. You can actually use a chair too. It doesn't matter. So if you notice now it's right at his nose level. Good. So you might have to cover the food bowl so that they don't push their way in to get it. If they do get overly pushy, Giggles is trying to be a little pushy. If they do get overly pushy, get up, set the food bowl down, and walk away. Remember, this is an exercise to help your dog learn how to calm down when food or resources is present. I'm going to try and see if I can go this way through so you can see that he's looking at me. Sit. Good. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. So do a few right at nose level because this is, if they're doing really well, then you can move to the third step, which is the hardest. Now notice, I haven't given him any cues. I haven't asked him for anything. I'm letting him problem solve and figure out what he needs to do in order to earn what is in the food bowl. Okay, so if they're doing well at this level, next step is to put it on the ground. Now be careful, I'm going to put it on the ground, but I'm going to make sure to cover it so that he can't stick his nose in there and just eat. Good boy. So he gave me a quick glance. Good boy. Yes, good boy. So by giving eye contact, he's asking for permission. He's asking, "Hey, may I have whatever is in there?" And my response is, "Yes, by looking at me, you can have what's in the food bowl." So you can always mix it up and go back up to higher. He's making good eye contact with me. I'm going to give him a reward. He's still staying in contact with me. Now, as your dog gets better and learns this game, ask for longer holds of the eye contact before rewarding from the food bowl. So this is a good way too, if your dog or your puppy is a really fast eater, this is a good way to slow them down and not create so much excitement around mealtime and feeding. And it's also a good way to really increase your bond with your dog because now you become the main provider of the food, not the bowl. So just a unfortunate little statistic is 80% of craniofacial wounds on children happen over a food bowl. And that's because as humans, we tend to not interact with our dog's food bowl as much as we should. Now, this is not about taking the food away. This is not about grabbing the bowl. This is just asking them that they're going to get what they want, but they just have to be a little lower energy and a little bit more respectful when the food is present. Good boy. Go back down. Cover it. Good. I got eye contact. And I feed it. And then, too, if you don't want to feed the whole bowl, that's okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, wait, get it. And then I release the food to him. I like to use the word get it for resources. That is his cue that it is okay now to finish whatever is in the bowl. So if you don't kind of have a structured wait and a release word for food, definitely recommend doing that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you found these tips and tricks useful if you have a puppy or a dog, and just slowing down mealtime and helping your dog have a little bit more respect around the food bowl. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you have any feedback, would love to hear it. And if you like the content and you want to explore some of our other videos, you can find us on social media for Babies and Friends AZ or our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.